Today we're going to look at one of the most dreaded but also the most useful skills in historical reading called C.A.T.C.H. C.A.T.C.H is the annotation protocol used to annotate any sort of text, whether that's a document, a primary source, or a secondary source. Why is annotating important? That's the most question that most people ask themselves is, why am I doing this? Annotating the text indicates a deeper understanding of the text past the student's ability to answer the questions about the text. So you may be able to read through a text one time and then answer basic reading comprehension questions about the text. However, when you annotate, you're analyzing the text, and it makes you think deeper about the text and different connections that it may be making to text you've already read or text that you're going to read. For example, in math, a student is asked to show your answer in order to show the order of thinking to solve a math equation. This is the same thing in history. A student is going to be asked to show your answer to show the thought process that takes place when reading a text and how you got the answer in the argument that you came up with. C.A.T.C.H stands for Circle and Define Unknown Words, Acknowledge Confusion and Connections Between Text, Talk to the Text, Capture the Main Idea, Argument, or Author's Purpose, and Highlight Evidence. The first step is circling and defining unknown words. If a word seems unfamiliar, circle it. Use context clues to help you figure out the meaning. If you have to, then use a dictionary or other source to define the word. Make sure that you're using a dictionary if it's a term that you're unfamiliar with, but if it's an event or a person, you may need to use another source. The second step is acknowledging confusion and connections between text. This means that you're going to write questions that you might have in the margins about a certain topic or something that you might want to know more about. You're going to write notes about other documents that agree or disagree with the current author. Maybe you read document A and it said something in document A that is continued in document B. You would want to make that connection in document B. In addition, you're also going to write notes about other events that connect with the text. So, for example, if you're looking at World War II and there's some different weapons that are similar in World War II that are in World War I, you might want to make that connection to help you later on. Talk to the text. Make sure that you're writing out any comments, predictions, observations, connections, and reactions that you have. If you read a certain part, such as something on the apartheid or on the crisis in Darfur, you might have a reaction of, wow, that was really bad. Or you might observe, for example, that that is a connection where the United States had an interfering role in something. Or you might make a connection or just have a prediction about what that might have an effect on later. The last step is capture the author's main idea, argument, or purpose. You're going to want to underline the main idea or argument. There may be a different argument per paragraph, so it's important to keep that in mind. This will help you trace the argument through the text to help you identify different pieces of evidence. If there is a main idea in one paragraph and you only are looking for evidence relating to that main idea, then it'll be easy for you to find that idea later. The last and final phase is highlighting evidence. Make sure that you're highlighting or underlining evidence relating to the author's argument. Usually this step occurs after you have read through the document already one time and done the other steps of C.A.T.C.H. Highlighting evidence relates to you understanding what you're reading for and what evidence you need in order to answer whatever question it is about the text. Thanks for joining me for this video, and I'll see you in class.